extraordinary end to that race, of course, with rain in the closing stages and Binder on a tightrope, stuck it out on slicks. Well, as mentioned a moment ago, Jorge Martin set to start from the front row of the grid today. He's lining up second on the grid. Let's get some pre-races from him with Simon.
Jorge, thanks for coming out of the garage and talking to us. You've looked great at the first two opening races, you know, really competitive at both. Looking really good here. I heard you say that you felt good in the dry coming into this race. Tell us about how your weekend's gone until now.
Yeah, sure. From the first moment out on the track, for sure when there were some mixed conditions, trying a little bit to get the confidence, but when it was full dry, I was really competitive. Our main issue was to find the perfect rear tire. It was the main problem for today, but afterwards when they reduced the race 20 laps, we were going to put the soft. But in the first case, we were going to put the medium. So I was confident and focused on the last, say, 7-8 laps. But finally, yeah, raining. We need to wait. The problem is that we didn't try. But I mean, I hear that there's a lot of grip here. Conditions, I feel great with my Ducati, and I'm expecting, yeah, let's see if we can race. And if we can race for sure, I think we can be up in the front.
Jorge, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks Simon, thanks to Jorge Martin. Always good of him to come and have a chat. Of course, these riders will be feeling the tension, always difficult scenario when you're not quite sure when you're going to get the call to arms and have to go out and race in these, at the moment, treacherous conditions. We can see the safety car. Wow, there's just been a massive bolt of lightning light up the grey and gloomy sky outside of our commentary box. You can probably hear as well, we can through our headsets, yet more big claps of thunder. I feel so sorry for the organisers here in Madalika. Of course, there's been so much work behind the scenes, not just over the last few months or so, over many years, to bring MotoGP back to this part of the world. Friday night, Saturday night, I was looking at the rehearsals for the new grid ceremony, which we saw for the first time in MotoGP in Qatar, where we get to see the Tower of Champions, the Champions Tower Trophy, the race-winning prize here in Madalika. Of course, the president himself is present here today and was going to be part of that special new grid ceremony. Unfortunately, these torrential rain conditions have curtailed all that. Such a shame for so many people. Lewis, of course, you've got to understand and get a taste of just how popular MotoGP is in this part of the world. You attended that amazing pre-event where the riders did a parade in downtown Jakarta. It was like Beatlemania. You've got the Rolling Stones were in town. These guys are treated like rock stars. Whoa. Well, we said that there was some claps of thunder and bolts of lightning. What a get that is by our camera crews out on circuit. Should give actually a special mention to our camera operators as well, because they're out there. What, absolutely, what a shot that was. That just gives you an idea of just how troublesome the weather is proving here. But yeah, coming back to the pre-event, Lewis, you were pleasured enough to be there and witness firsthand just how massively popular MotoGP here is in this part of the world. It really was like Beatlemania. Look at that in the distance. We are getting the thunderstorms that were forecast.
Yes, it's a spectacular sight, although not the spectacular sight that I think anyone
our commentary watch now is actually shaking because this thunder is so fierce.
Yeah, I was about to say, the parade that we saw on Wednesday was like nothing I've ever experienced. Neither was that. The feeling under our shoes in this commentary box, which was shaking with this lunchable storm. Yeah, it was a tremendous day on Wednesday, it has to be said. The reception the riders got was like nothing I've ever experienced. The parade that took place early that morning in Jakarta from the President's Palace, the riders got to meet the President here of Indonesia and have some breakfast with him before they headed off through the streets. And I spoke about this earlier on the weekend. There was a real Tour de France sort of vibe to it, with the fans lining the side of the road to give high fives and fist bumps to the riders. They put on a great show as well for the fans who came out to watch. We saw Marc Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, Jack Miller doing burnouts and giving them some real entertainment. And you just got the impression that this was amongst the best experience of some of these people. They really do live and breathe MotoGP in this part of the world. Perhaps only football rivals MotoGP and motorcycle racing as a whole for popularity in this part of the world. They really do get behind it, and it's fitting that MotoGP does race in this part of the world. And yeah, the reception the riders got was incredible. Paul Espargaro spoke as you ago that they felt like rock stars coming through the city centre, and were then essentially mobbed when they got to the nearby Kempinski Hotel where the parade came to a close. It was a memorable start this week in Indonesia. The welcome we've had from the locals and from the organisers has been absolutely top-notch. As you say, they've put in an enormous amount of work to really bring this circuit up to standard right the way the pre-season test. Even in the last month, they've really done a lot of hard work on the infrastructure around here, the roads around the circuit, the grandstands. Even a month ago, this circuit was unrecognisable to what we have now. They really have done a tremendous job as well with the track circuit. It's perhaps not the ultimate solution that we want, but it is certainly a step in the right direction.
So Aleix Spargo and Alex Rins, all they can do is play the waiting game and hope for a break in this weather. As we said, those thunderclaps are getting so ferocious, our commentary box was literally shaking, that's no exaggeration. I'm actually relieved that our dear colleague Amy Reynolds is actually not here. She's fond of the old thunder.